Just want to give you now some details on the breaking news this morning. Reports out of Israel say that Hamas will release the first American hostage in this whole release process. His name is Keith Siegel. He's an American citizen from North Carolina. Another name that we got is Yarden Bibas. He is the father of those two young boys, the toddler and the baby boy, who were taken along with their mother and Yarden on October 7th. We're not hearing about anything about the rest of the family, which is, of course, very, very difficult to take. But that's what we know right now. Okay, the October 7th Hamas attacks on Israel and the resulting war against Israel by Hamas and Hezbollah have exacted a steep human cost in Israel. Joining me now is a man who is working with wounded Israeli soldiers thanks to his organization, Belev Echad. Rabbi Uriel Vigler joins me now. Rabbi, Belev Echad in Hebrew means with one heart. Can you tell us how your organization got started and how you came upon that name?
Well, thank you. Good morning. We started in about 2010. There was a soldier in 2010. We brought him to New York, to our community here in New York. And it was breakfast one morning. I was sitting next to him, and he had an RPG missile hit him, direct hit. And when I saw him in 2010, he had 192 surgeries. And he caught me looking at him. And he looks at me and he says to me, "You see my eye? It's not my eye, it's prosthetic. You see my skin grafted all over, it's not mine. You see this finger is not mine. All these body parts are not mine." But he said, "One thing is mine, is my heart." And I looked at him and I said, "Your heart is not your heart. Your heart is our heart. Your pain is our pain. Your struggles are our struggles, because we are Belev Echad, one heart. Our community, the American community, are one heart, feel the pain of all the Israelis. Their struggles, our struggle, we are all fighting to dispel darkness. We are all on the same team." That's how we got the name Belev Echad, one heart.
Yeah, and I think we're going to feel like the same team a lot tomorrow when we see that American-Israeli hostage Keith Siegel from North Carolina released, God willing. I don't think our audience, we have a decent audience here in America, not just on this program, but certainly throughout the country. I don't think the decent people of America can really fathom the evil that Israel is dealing with when it comes to Hamas and the so-called civilians of Gaza. They may not all be soldiers in Gaza, but they are enemy combatants. And here we've seen the frenzy of brutality during a hostage handover yesterday. Rabbi, tomorrow the Torah reading is Parshat Bo, the Torah reading from the book of Exodus. That covers some of the last of the 10 plagues sent to Egypt. As we know, Egypt was not repentant. Even after all the 10 plagues happened, Hamas and all the people of Gaza seem the same way. How hard is the mental strain on some of these IDF soldiers who have to face such inhumanity every day?
You know, it's interesting you mentioned the exodus from Egypt, because the exodus from Egypt was also going out of captivity in a sense, right? We were hostages to the Egyptians, and seeing these hostages freed is tremendous, is incredible. And you know, the Jewish nation is united as one. Whether you're a Jew in Melbourne or Sydney or Thailand or New York or Paris, we all feel collectively the joy of seeing those soldiers, those hostages being released. But yes, we're dealing with barbaric monsters. You know, unfortunately, the fight goes on. The fight's been going on for thousands of years, and it's not going to cease anytime soon. We have to do whatever we can in our power to fight and to continue. And our soldiers are getting wounded. Even yesterday, soldiers were wounded all the time. So our organization has close to 2,000 soldiers that have been wounded, that we are part of our family. We treat them. We have a rehabilitation center in Israel. 200 soldiers come there every single day. We have a martial arts room, a gym, a hydrotherapy there. We have 14 kinds of treatment that happen over there. And soldiers come just to chill, some soldiers look into the eyes of a fellow soldier, and only they can understand the pain and the trauma that they have been through. So it's truly a healing house. And it's in the center of Israel. You're all welcome to come there anytime you want. You know, go to our website, www.belevechad.nyc, and join us for a trip. Come check out and see what's going on there.
Yeah, Rabbi, tell us how, you mentioned the website. Are there other ways that people can find out about the organization? Is there a way that they can do an easier Google search? And maybe even just spell out the website again for our viewers.
The website is BELEVECHAD.NYC. We are Googleable, we are on YouTube, we are on Instagram, we're on Facebook. You know, we're very social media savvy. So we invite anybody to come. We're in this fight together. This is not an Israeli fight. This is an American fight. And thank God we've seen tremendous support, especially since October 7th, from so many Americans. You know, one of the soldiers we have is is a man who served in special forces, an elite unit that I can't even mention the name. It's so classified, I can't say his name, obviously. But on October 7, he and his team went, it was 6:30 a.m., and they went into Kfar Aza, and the Hamas terrorists ambushed them. They weren't expecting such a massive amount of fire. And one of his teammates got shot right away, and he was lying on the ground. So this soldier went and kind of tried to grab him. And as he did that, he was shot in the stomach by a terrorist, and he felt that his strength was oozing. He felt that he's dying. So he lay down on the floor and he recited, the final prayer, which is Shema Yisrael, Hear O Israel, God is one. And he lay down thinking he's dying. And about half an hour later, he woke up. He was unconscious. He woke up and he realized he's still alive. And he saw that there's this terrorist fighting against the IDF soldiers, but nobody knows that he's still alive. So he kind of picks up his head to signal to his teammates, I'm alive. And as he did that, a sniper shot him in the skull, grazed his skull. He then lifted his hand to tell them I'm alive, and the sniper shot him in the finger, so his finger had to be amputated, and in the arm. From these 4 bullets, these are not small bullets, these are like missiles, these bullets. He has over 100 pieces of shrapnel in his body. He was evacuated, emergency, had to have surgery after surgery, but even after all the surgeries, he was in immense, immense pain, terrible, terrible pain. And the doctors in Israel couldn't figure it out. Why is he in so much pain? Like, when I saw him, I've actually never seen somebody in so much pain in my life. He couldn't even sit. He had to lie down the whole time. So we flew him down to New York, where we have partnerships here with the local hospitals. And we brought him to an incredible doctor here who looked at him and was able to identify that the source of his pain is from one piece of shrapnel lying on a certain nerve. And we performed surgery on him here. And thank God, the soldier just sent me yesterday a video of him walking for the first time. This is incredible. It's a miracle. But this is because we have a partnership here with the American community. Our funding actually comes from America. That's 100% funding comes from America. So we're very grateful and very appreciative of that. And together we are able to win this war.
Amazing, amazing story. Rabbi Uriel Vigler, good luck and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.